Good evening, SRA Nation, and welcome to season number 15. Round number 1, we are back for the summer. We have got one heck of a season coming our way. All eyes will go to the gantry light. Green flag drops and we are racing. That's going to be a very, very good stop.
He's going to edge him.
We've got two generations of Ferraris going side by side.
Goes to the outside. Very late break the outside.
What is going to happen?
What is happening? Trying to hold on to it. Free abreast for us, way.
Alexis looking racy.
He's gonna hold him tight.
Oh my God.
And we're off and away for SRA.
Welcome to the season finale for Division 4 Season 16. We have a good one tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have a three-way title fight, right?
Yeah, it's technically maybe four-way, but realistically it's a three-way battle.
Yes.
Hopefully my mic's working.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I can hear you
Perfect.
loud and clear.
That's what we love to see, or hear, I guess, in this case.
Yes, yes. Yeah, welcome everybody. It's good to be back. I can see Malia is already in the chat. And yeah, we have a good one. We have a good one today. To end the season, we'll be racing at Misano, a hot Misano. So tire wear is going to be it's gonna be a pretty big deal. It's going to be a pretty big deal. It's gonna be, it's gonna be tough for our drivers today, as they're gonna have to do a lot of tire management here. But without further ado, let's go to the track map. So today we are at Misano, Adriatico, Italy, and the track name is Misano, which is nice. It is a 4.22 kilometer long circuit, or 2.6 miles for the Americans, and consists of 16 turns. As we start through the pit straight, we head into turn 1. It is a little bit of a difficult corner to take. It is easy to get a track cut. And then it immediately leads into turn 2, another left-hander. Actually, no, first corner is pretty calm for track cuts, but turn 2 is very rough. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you're getting track cuts at corner 1, you have been driving this track wrong. I don't know why I beat you yesterday.
and then we have corner 2 immediately after turn 1. That one is pretty strict on the track cuts. And also, depending on your car, you could take a little bit of those sausage curves. Although the sausage curves on this track, as you will notice as we go through qualifying and the race, it is pretty calm. It is pretty chill, unlike every other sausage curve we've had on the calendar. Then we have a triple right-hander through turns 3, 4, and 5. You have to nail turn 3. You can suffer from a little bit of understeer if you go a little bit wide, because it's a little bit off camber. So our driver's gonna have to be a bit careful with that. And then into turn 4, try and keep it nice, avoiding the exit runoff, as that is also off camera. That'll catch you off guard. Then immediately going back, almost cutting, although very strict track limits here once again, kind of cutting turn 5, and then trying to keep it on the right side so you can take turn 6 at full throttle flat out. If possible. It is very difficult to do, but it is possible to take it flat out. And then we go down the first straight. We have turn 7, which is effectively a nothing burger of a corner. And then turn 8, we have a pretty difficult hairpin. They're gonna have to be careful going side by side here, as that is really only one proper line to take turn 8. After that, turn 9 and 10, you kind of have to treat it as one corner. You would brake at around turn 9 to set yourself up for the exit on turn 10 as we enter the high-speed sector 3. So you have turn 11, which is taken flat. Turn 12 is also taken flat, but you have to be careful. If you decide, if you give in to the temptation to cut the corner, like the curve tells you to, you will be compromised heading into turn 13. So be careful that you have to take that nice and wide. Then you go through turn 13, and then the hairpin of turn 14. Keep it nice and simple. And then onto the exit, you want to try and go full throttle for turn 15. Again, very difficult. A little bit of a lift is expected sometimes if you don't have the grip. And then finally, be careful with track limits as you go through turn 16 for both the apex and the exit. Be careful, and that is a lap of Misano. What do we think about Misano, Trey? Trey?
Oops, I'm muted. Sorry. Forget. Yeah, sorry. I really love this track, personally. It's the first track that I raced out with SRA. It did not go well, but I like the track. And it helped me to learn how to take really hard corners, because there are a lot of hard corners here. Like, for example, if you mess up turn 4 or 5 or 6, you are either going to be super slow going down these straight in between turns 6 and 8, or you will go wide and you will take one of these speed tokens, as Cube likes to call them.
Yes.
And then it's super easy to lose it through turn 13. I learned that a lot in my first race. I managed to not do it this time though. I've got a note that says that that I'm very quiet. Are you able to turn me up at all?
Yes.
Or maybe like the overall audio?
Yes, I got you. I will turn you up slightly. There we go.
All right. Hopefully I'm not blowing your eardrums out now.
Yes, hopefully. Let us know, chat. Let us know. Yeah. Let's see. Looking at chat, Danny Mo is cheering for Mac tonight, and then Walker Silver cheering for Tony and Walter Giovinoli. But yeah, let's go over the standings real quick, as the Silver drivers are currently on their outlap for quali.
Yeah, so for our gold division, we have a 3-way battle for the lead. Technically, it looks like it's a 5 or a 6 car battle, but since Mike Heisner has, I think, 40 drop points, 43 drop points, it's really just a 3-car battle between Penkovic, Cesare Penkovic, Mac Morgan, and Mike Heisner. And I have here pulled up the winning scenarios. So just to point it out, Mac Morgan does have a qualifying ban, so he's going to have a really hard time getting up to the front. But going through it in order, so for Mike Heisner to win the championship, if he finishes P1 or P2, he wins it outright no matter what the other drivers do. But if he finishes anywhere below that, he has to only lose by like 3 positions to Mac Morgan ahead of him. 1 to 3, depending on where they finish.
Okay.
In order for Mac to win, he has to beat Mike by around 4 positions. If he wins or comes in second place, it's only 2 positions. But once you get to there, he has to beat him by 4 positions. And then in order for Cesare Penkovic to win, he has to essentially win the race, and then both Mac and Mike both have to finish outside of the top 10. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it all shakes out. As for the silver division, I have not done the calculations, so this is going to be on the fly. But Cletus Spuckler has a fairly commanding lead at 26 points overall, followed by Jose Garcia and Josh Parker, who's 35 points behind. It's really close in the back, and there's a lot of, the drivers have a really good chance to do really well here. Walter Giovignoli and Ben Borrell both have top 4 times in D4 with a 134.6 and a 134.7, so they could do really well here. As for the top 3, though, they're not really too fast. Like, Cletus Spuckler has a 135.7 as his best lap. And then I haven't found Jose Garcia on here yet. I'm sure they're on here somewhere. But, oh, there they are. They're not too much farther behind there. So the silver championship is going to be really close. but I think that Jose Garcia has to beat Spuckler by like 4 or 5 positions if he wants a chance to win the Silver Championship.
All right, good to note. Good to note. Okay, without further ado, going quickly over the team standings. It seems like Koval's heroes have the team championship on lock. Mike Heiser and Jaroslav Koval. They are up 210 points. So, yeah.
Yeah, the only way that they would possibly get past is if Brad Garman and Josh Parker both, like, they got P1 and P2 with both fastest lap and extra point, or like the pole.
Mm-hmm.
But with the drop points that both Mike Heisner and Jaroslav Koval have, they basically have it locked down as far as I'm concerned. I don't think there is a way that they can lose it tonight as long as they both finish the race. So,
yes.
But yeah, that's basically locked up.
Yes. All right, now let us commence qualifying. So, as I quickly fix the pip for Trey. Let's see, it should work now.
Yeah. Also, make sure to hit insert so we can see the timing boards.
Yes, yes, of course, of course.
Or, yeah, anyway. While we are fixing the cameras, Ben Borrell is the person with the fastest lap so far with a 1:34.7. So really nice job there. He just got overtaken by Josh Parker, who did a 1:34.3.
Yes, Josh
So
Parker.
very nice job.
Championship on his mind. Silver championship is on his mind. He's gonna do his absolute best. He's gonna do the most he can to try and secure that championship today. Speaking of championship, we have Spuckler currently in P5, and then where is Jose Garcia? Is currently in P4 for our top 3 silver drivers.
Yeah, so they're doing really good. If someone goes off wide there, I think just to get out of the way, that was
that was Chris Meck.
All right. He has not set a valid lap yet, so I think he's just on his out laps.
Yes. All right, let's hop on board with Jose Garcia already invalidated his lap. Let's hop on board with Ben Borrell, although he is about to finish his lap and improve slightly, but that is not good enough for pole. But here we go. You see, cutting through turn 1, you can ride those sausage curves, and then being a bit more conservative there. Turn 3, you can cut that corner. Be very careful for oversteer on the exit. Now hard on the brakes. Keep it on the inside. That could be track limits. No, he kept it clean. A little bit close though. And yeah, full throttle through there. And yeah, there we go. That is the first part of the sector as we now enter sector 2.
Yeah, we're going right through
Good
that
exits.
hairpin. Very nice exit on the hairpin. And now probably the hardest corner to get consistently right of turn 9 and 10 because it's a continuous braking zone and it's not like you can just stamp your foot on the brake pedal. You have to modulate it the entire way through the corner in order to make sure that you are able to turn properly and get a good exit onto the back straight. He looks like he did a pretty good job.
Yes.
Very nice job through turn, I think that was 12.
Yes, as we enter turn 13. Could have maybe gone a little bit close, a little bit tighter through there. Good exit, didn't go too wide through this corner. So now he can hold it full throttle through the penultimate corner, turn 15, and now into turn 16, hard on the brakes, downshift a few gears. Could have gone a little bit, could have had a little bit tighter, but regardless, a very, very good lap, and that's going to be good enough for P2. Only...
he lost...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. He lost about a tenth through that final corner. He did not commit as hard as you really want to. So for the last 2 corners, you can ride those sausage curves like there's no tomorrow. And as long as you don't have any springs in your rear tires.
Oh no.
As
Acom and Beckstead.
Ooh.
Yellow flags. Let's see. Acom going wide. And then immediately just slamming on the brakes. Oh, I'm guessing did he invalidate his lap?
I would assume that's what it is, but I'm not sure. Because they would have had time to get back around to start a new lap, so unless they were, like, out of fuel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, currently looking at our biggest improver, Garcia in the Ford, is currently about 7/10 up on the best lap. They're coming through the final corner now. Fairly nice commitment. We'll jump about 8/10 up to somewhere P5, P6.
P6. Putting a good
So very nice
showing
job.
for the Mustang boys.
Yeah, Josh Parker is not improving on his lap, so it looks like he will probably stay at his 1:34.3, because I don't know if he has enough time to get it back around to start another lap.
Yeah.
Borel is right now starting a new lap, so we'll have to see if he's able to improve,
Yes.
as there's a cat in the background.
Yes.
But yeah, so very nice commitment there over the curbs. Just a little bit of a short shift there going through turn 3 to try and make sure that he has good traction. Very nice job through turn 4.
Yeah.
Short shifts through turn 5 and turn 6 to make sure that he doesn't go wide.
And
A
he
little bit of an
goes a little
oversteer.
bit, but he's fine. He's fine. He's still within track limits.
He's
Taking a
not
look at Josh
improving,
Parker. He crossed the line just in time, I think, at the 31 mark.
Regardless of whether or not he crossed in time, he's continuing on his lap. So hopefully he is able to get a good lap in, but he's not doing it so far. One of the things that they talked about last night in the D3 thing, E3 stream, is that with how hot this track is, if you look up there in the top right, it's 34 Celsius track temp. Your best laps are probably actually going to be your middle laps, so like laps 2 to 4 instead of like 3 to 6 or something like that, because we get, I think, around 6 laps around here.
Yes. Yes.
So most of these drivers are probably fighting their tires more than they are actually fighting the track.
Yes. Josh Parker at the moment is down 3/4 of a second on his time. So to give you an idea.
Yeah. So looking to improvers, Alan Leung just improved by about 3/10 to solidify his P11 position. Burrell behind him did not improve. And Josh Parker, I believe, is the last one on track. He's currently about 6/10 down, so I really doubt
Yes.
he'll be able to find more time.
And he's also invalidated his lap, so I think he's just gonna do pit lane entry practice right now. Yes,
Yes, he
there
is.
it is. There it is.
Not a bad thing to do.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So now let's see. Our first person to cross the line is going to be Mark Kazuba for Ultramarine Racing.
Yeah. So I think he might be going a little too hard on his outlap, to be honest. Just listening to his onboard there, he is pushing hard through those corners, and you want to try and preserve your tires. Like I was saying, you will be fighting the track temperatures and your tire temperatures more than you will actually be attacking corners. So you really need to try and preserve those tires for as long as possible. Like when I did my outlap, both during the race and qualifying, I was at my minimum engine map just so that I would put less load through the tires.
I should have taken your advice for the first stint. I had to pit early, and ended up being a nice, smart undercut strategy at the end of the day yesterday. But yeah, at around the 38-minute mark, 38 minutes left in the race, my tires started sliding everywhere.
That would do it.
Yes, that would do it.
Yeah, Mark Kazuba on a fairly decent lap. He's been a little slow through some corners, now entering turn 9, braking maybe a little late as he goes very wide of the apex there. And that's what we were talking about, where that corner is just not one of the easy corners to get through. Like, I don't think I ever took it the same way twice
Nope.
during the race or qualifying. But yeah, it should be fun.
Yes, let me take a quick look at the D4 leaderboards for our gold drivers on Misano. As my cat is being noisy again. Okay, so looking at the D4 leaderboard, Shane Lewis is the fastest driver with in the McLaren with a 134.47. Behind him, Artie Thompson with a 134.512. Then PGM Stearns, only a 1/100th of a second slower. Then we have GF Gnoli, the fastest silver guy, who ended up qualifying second. Then we have Borel, who ended up qualifying third. So in terms of times, Josh Parker improved compared to the practice servers by around 9/10 of a second.
Yeah, he did really good. There's a yellow flag for Koval. I'm gonna quickly. Oop, I missed it.
Wait one second. Let me.
That cat is very loud.
Yes. Hey.
Yeah. So Koval had an incident. But looking at these things, Josh Parker, I think, has a really good shot at. As long as he can keep his tires in a good window, I think he has a good shot today of getting at least top 10, if not top 5, or maybe even top 3. The issue that he's going to have is tire wear. So I don't know how bad the Lexus is with tire wear specifically. But what I do know is that the Lexus does not have downforce. And one of the ways that you can improve your tire wear is by increasing the amount of downforce that you take on your car, because that allows you to take corners at the same speed but putting less lateral load through the tires, and so that'll save it.
There's a yellow flag for Koval. Don't know what that was.
He's just been going slow. He had an incident through turn, I think it was 2 or 3, and then has just been letting people by.
Okay, the smart thing to do.
Looking at our timings, though, as Mike Heisner has a yellow flag moment, I assume for the same thing, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, he violated track limits, so he's just taking it easy. Preserving his tires for the next lap. That's gonna come up.
Yeah. Going back to the current gold driver, Shane Lewis was top of the gold drivers, but now that is Artie Thompson with a 134.46. So only about a 10th away from Josh Parker's provisional pole. Shane Lewis is currently in 5th with a 134.88, but is currently improving on that lap. Kazuba is in 6th with a 135.1, followed by Koval, and then Sean Paul, and then Mike Heisner is currently sitting P10. I think these drivers will probably only get one more good lap before their tires start to fall away. So these drivers really need to try and get good laps now.
Yes. As we're on board with Shane Lewis, currently up a good amount of time on his qualifying time. Will not disclose for fear of commentators' curse.
Man, he's doing good. He's right behind Penkovic, so it wouldn't shock me if after he finishes this lap, if he does a cooldown lap just to kind of back off and preserve his tires a little bit.
Yeah, short shift.
Really good. Yeah, a little wide through turn 15, but does very nice through turn 16. Very straight keeled, and he will improve by about 3.5 tenths to P2, P3. No, still
no
P5.
Improvement. Wow, still P5.
I did not realize that the top 4 are all within essentially 1.5 tenths. So yeah, so the top 5 drivers are now all within 2 tenths. So if Artie Thompson or Shane Lewis can improve at all, they will probably do really well for themselves. It's just a matter of can they improve, because we are at that point now where the tires are probably at the end of their life, and Shane Lewis invalidates there through that corner, so he will probably try and do a cooldown lap just to make sure that he gets better tires.
Yes.
For his last lap.
Yes, look at the biggest improvers right now. PGM Stearns, the 3rd fastest in practice, currently up a good amount of time. As he goes through turn 10, I believe, and onto the back straights.
Yeah, the other big improver right now is Kazuba. He's currently up about 3 tenths going through the last 2 corners. Losing a little
good
bit
exit
of time
there.
Turn 15. Yeah, he lost about 2 tenths there through those last couple corners, so he will not improve his position, but he will improve his time. The gap currently between P6 and P7 is about 4 tenths. And then the gap between P7 and P8 is another 4 tenths. So we have a really big gap here at the back half of our top 10.
Yes, as Peachy a bit understeery through that corner, but he's gonna cross the line, has one more lap, improves to P8.
Yeah, so very nice job there. Another big improver, Mike Heisner. He's only up about 4/10 right now, but he is on to the back straight, so we'll have to see where he goes. R.D. Thompson, Shane Lewis, and Zygmunt are all slightly improving, but not by much.
As RD goes over track limits and immediately pulls to the side of the road, his qualifying is done.
Yeah, so we might have another silver pole.
Back-to-back silver poles, man. Who would have seen that coming to end the season? Josh Parker, after Spuckler won the race at Brands Hatch, he has the opportunity to win the races of silver, and currently Spuckler is in P13, so I think that's enough of a points gap to secure the championship for Josh Parker.
Shot.
Yes.
Yeah, right now, if they were to, obviously there's a whole bunch of racing that's going to happen between now and then, but if they were to finish P1 and P13, Josh Parker would gain over 50 points on Spuckler, and the gap's only like 35, I think. So he would definitely be able to take the win there. But I'm not going to say that anyone will win anything today until after it's all finished, and then I can do calculations, because I don't need to pull last season.
Yes.
'Cause last season I pulled in the not silver winner and told them they were the winner.
Yes.
And that was not fun.
Yes. All right, there we go. I put the points reference in the chat so we can do calculations on the fly during the race. So that's gonna be good.
Yeah. So currently we're watching Shane Lewis go through the end of Sector 1. In the pit, I'm watching Mike Heisner as he goes through the very
Shane
end
Lewis
of
has invalidated his lap, so he will not improve. What a shame.
Yeah, Mike Heisner's not improving much either. The only person who's improving really at all is Penkovic, although they just lost it.
And gained it again.
So Mike Heisner did not improve.
Is this good for one position, Penkovic? I don't think it is.
Yeah. He's gonna really he went a little bit deep there into turn 10, so he's really gonna have to make up the time in these last couple corners. Peachy Stearns is not improving, but they are currently on a lap, so we'll have to see where they filter out.
Spankovic through the corner.
Yeah.
Currently down 2/10. Don't think we'll see an improvement from them. Looking at the other drivers,
I don't say that they just gained a 10th through that corner, so it's very possible they're almost back up to even with their last time. So it's all coming down to this last corner. And no, they did not take enough risks through that corner. Peachy Stearns will also finish. Did not improve. So Josh Parker, with an amazing pole time of a 1:34.3, followed by R.D. Thompson and Walter Giovignoli. And we have 3 silver drivers in the top 4.
Very, very, very great qualifying effort from them. If I were to take a guess, maybe the track warmed up for a little bit for the gold drivers as they went out. But that is going to be something we shall see after a word from our sponsors.
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American based gaming company that provides accessories for your favourite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specializing in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
And we are back.
Indeed we are. So we're going to do a very quick grid walk so that we can get our drivers out of the way. But first, we're going to start off with the amazing Josh Parker. Amazing job to get a silver pole and overall pole at the same time. In P2, we have R.D. Thompson. In P3, we have Walter Giovagnoli. In P4, we have Ben I don't know if it's Borrell or Burrell.
I think it's Borrell.
Okay, I will say it is Burrell then. And if we're wrong, I'll blame you.
Yes.
Burrell. Okay. P5 is Shane Lewis. P6 is Tony Zygmunt. P7 is our current championship leader, Mike Heisner. All he has to do is really keep his current position and hope that Penkovic and Mack don't catch him, and he will win today.
Yes.
P8 is Mark Kazuba. P9 is Peachy Stearns. P10 is Sean Paul. P11 is Corey Colt. P12 is Andrew Duong-Bonglio. P13 is Jaroslav Koval. P14 is Cletus Spuckler. P15 is Cesare Penkovic, our P3 in the current championship. P16 is Jose Garcia. P17 is Rodrigo Moreno. P18 is Sergio Lindo. P19 is Corey Mummery. P20 is Emil Garcia. P21 is Daniel Beckstead. P22 is Stefan Pellerin. P23 is Mark DC. P24 is Dan Thibodeau. P25 is Jeremy Rand. P26 is Alan Leung. P27 is Brian Acombe. P28 is Chris Meck. And then at the back, we have 4 drivers who did not qualify. Mac Morgan, Ian Gilchrist, and Stefan Buckley all had quali bans for this race. And then Diego Hernandez, I think, just showed up late. I could be wrong on that, though. But anyway, so obviously we're going to have massive tire degradation here at this track. But Sig, what do you expect from our drivers today?
Well, it's going to be a very, very interesting race. But these drivers have kept it relatively clean all season. I don't expect a big one. Although, if there is a track that it could happen, I feel like into that triple right-hander, we could see a fair share of incidents happen. So, yeah, that's like where I'm a bit shaky on. I would say if an incident happens, it's probably going to be around there. But for the most part, these drivers have kept it clean. I'm a bit concerned for Josh Parker as it is a bit better to start at second on this track, as you can have a inside line into turn 2. So that'll be interesting for him, especially since he has those Lexus brakes, which we know are not good. But we'll see. All these predictions could go right out the window as we are about to go green. It is off and away for SRA. Perfect timing. And now
one last time.
And Josh Parker a bit early on the brakes, and then R.D. Thompson around the outside already took the lead of the race. And now side by side, Borrell in P3, and there's a big one. Oh, there's a huge one.
Mike Heisner is in it. Mike Heisner is all the way at the back of the pack. So this is already a horrible start for Mike Heisner in order to try and get his championship going.
Yeah.
Matt Morgan has gotten 10 positions.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of positions. What a start! What I feared would come through did end up coming through. A big one did occur.
We jinxed it. I apologize to everyone in D4 who got cut up in that. We are fully to blame. We've been not quite hounding on something is going to happen eventually, but it makes sense that it would happen at the very end of the season.
Yes.
Yeah, so a lot of movers. Mac is up 14 positions. Stefan Pellerin is up 9 positions. RD Thompson obviously got Josh Parker on the start. That's the other corner that I'm kind of worried about. P13, the right-hander where you have to brake just slightly. If we're going to have other big incidents, that's the other likely position.
Yes.
Diego Hernandez is up 11 positions. Stefan Buckley is up 10 positions. And then the big loser is Mike Heisner down 23 positions. And I think he was sideways too. So I'm going to quickly try and pull up in the pip what happened there. I just need to...
Yes, I'll have a quick look at it. Score some front and rear end damage for Mike Heisner.
Yeah. So really quickly here, I'm going to be watching Mike Heisner here in the pip on that race start. So I think the chaos started ahead of him, but he was definitely in the mix.
Yes, kind of a nowhere to go type of situation, most likely. As we see in the pip, Mike Heisner, yeah, holding that line, inside lines, looks good, good.
Oh, he got hit by Kazuba.
Oh.
And that started absolutely everything behind
that started
him.
an absolute chain reaction. That is at least 10 drivers involved, I think.
That's
Speaking of
basically a third of the
Kazuba,
field, if not more.
speaking of Kazuba, he went for a dive on Sean Paul. Sean Paul seems to have a little bit of front end damage. Let's look at his McLaren here. I think I see a little bit of front end damage. So that's important to note.
I'm honestly shocked at how little front end damage Kazuba has, because if you get like 15 to 20 seconds of damage, the front cowling will essentially pop up and it'll look like the entire front is falling off. But it's not like that, as Kazuba goes on the inside.
Yeah, inside, very tough braking zone here. He's still side by side with Sean Paul. There's some great racing. Holding the inside line, and he gets the move done. Kazuba, good setup, good move. Man, I should have done it like that yesterday. Good stuff from Kazuba.
Yeah. Yeah, so amazing job there by Kazuba to get that, to begin his recovery drive. See, I need to switch tabs here on racing. So there's another yellow flag moment for Mech and Diego Hernandez. I'm going to quickly pull this up. So something happened into the final hairpin, and then I believe that was Hernandez absolutely sent it up the inside of Mech, and that caused another incident. In the main screen, though, Garcia up the inside of Stefan Pellerin.
Yeah, he's going to have the inside line again, but ooh, that's tough. Ooh. But they kept it clean. And now, seems like the biggest winner from this whole ordeal could have been Mac Morgan, but you know, the curse just had to work. Here's a three-way battle as Spankovitz passed Sean Paul. Sean Paul looks even more damaged.
Yeah, I think that's Sergio Lindo too.
Yes.
So I don't know if Sean Paul had another incident or what.
Let's see.
In the pit, Mac Morgan trying to go around the outside of Stefan Pellerin onto the back straight.
Yes. Sean Paul now hounding that BMW of Sergio Lindo. Does he have the slipstream? Does he have that speed advantage? The BMW has very long legs, that twin turbo engine.
Yeah, he can't do anything though. Behind them, Mac Morgan look up the inside, deciding not to do anything. Stefan Pellerin going a little wide. Mac Morgan heavy on the brakes, but not sending it too hard. He will, I think, have a better exit through Sector 3, but I don't know if he'll be able to get anything done. A little bit behind them, Brian Acomb just had an off-track moment, I think.
Yes.
Or he just has a lot of damage. I'm not quite sure, but he got passed.
Yeah, he got passed by... Was it Debo? No, it was a different McLaren.
But Josh Parker got past RD Thompson, so I'm going to quickly try and watch that here in the pit.
All right. Yeah, battles happening up and down the field. Here we have Koval. This is basically the Zygmunt terrain, as it's Zygmunt, Borel, Stearns, Dong Bunglio, and Koval. Koval with the best chance of an overtake right now in this raid.
Wow. Yeah, so in the pip, I don't know if you watched it, but RD Thompson went a little bit deep into turn 13, I think that was, and Josh Parker, amazing job on the brakes, held his position, and I think Gio Vignoli now is pressuring RD Thompson for that P2 position.
Yes. Let's see. Yes, a lot of cars. It's a four-way battle for P1. The top four within half a second of each other at most. As we have Shane Lewis, the fastest man on track, has the fastest lap of the race, was the fastest man in practice. A man with a good amount of confidence for sure into this track, knowing that he's on top of the timing sheets. When he's on, he knows that there's nobody in D4 right now who can keep up with him. As Dong Bunglio was side by side with Koval, as Koval got past, Koval got past Dong Bunglio for P8, doing their best to secure that team championship.
Yeah, I think they effectively have it secured at this point, but these top, I think this is for P2 to P4, are all right next to each other, trying to get past each other while also not having more issues.
Yes.
That's P1 to P3, I think, but yeah.
Yes, as RD has a rough exit. RD Thompson now, Valtteri Giovinazzi chasing down RD. Doesn't seem to have gotten the exit in that McLaren.
Yeah, one of the main issues that the drivers here are going to have, especially the cars that really don't have good short-term acceleration, is most of the track here is needs really high downforce. As we see Emil Garcia trying to go up the inside. Like I was saying, most drivers are going to be in a high downforce setup, so they'll have like a 12 or a 10 wing, depending on what car you're running. So like basically max. As Sergio Lindo goes wide.
Yes.
Very wide. And Stefan Pellerin also has an off-track moment.
They're side by side here. This is really tight. This is gonna be very very rough. This corner is very tough to make an overtake. Emil Garcia backing out. Sergio Lindo has a run. Mac Morgan around the outside is trying something, trying to hold around the outside. A very tight battle here. But
Sergio Lindo
positions,
looks like he has a lot of damage.
Yes, but the positions managed to be maintained. Checking back in for that front battle, we still have Josh Parker. He's holding that position like nobody's business, defending like a lion. And RD, and there's contact because of the accordion. It's the accordion effect. And RD on the grass, losing a bunch of positions as a result. Currently now down in P8 because of that incident. And now Shane Lewis, the fastest man on track, now is gonna be the one looking for the lead against Josh Parker. Josh Parker, I don't know if he knows, but where is Spuckler? Spuckler's currently P24. So he doesn't know it, but I think he is silver champion right now.
We're going 3 wide here into turn 9.
Sean Paul is looking the wrong direction.
Yeah, he just went way deep into turn 8, absolutely messed that up, and we were 3 wide for a moment for all the drivers behind him. Now Mac Morgan right behind Sergio Lindo. Sergio Lindo with that damage, probably not able to effectively carry his speed through, but we'll have to see.
Yes. As we look at Josh Parker, this is the first time in the race he's had a 1 second gap. Before that, it has been under a second this whole time. So he's starting to pull a bit of a gap, maybe aided by this Giovinazzi and Lewis battle here Zygmunt Lewis battle here.
Yeah, Zygmunt was the one who started the rear end, or like he rear-ended Borrell in that accordion effect that we watched into this corner in turn 4. So it's very possible that he has a lot of front end damage. Obviously his cowl isn't flapping, so I think he's okay as he goes a little wide there. And he does invalidate, so that is one of his speed tokens.
Well, it does depend. You can validate a lap and still be fine.
Yeah, but normally you have to go a lot wider than that or let go of the gas. And from from what he did there, I don't think he did either of those.
Yes. Yes, you're
We will
right.
have to see, though.
We have Daniel Beckstead down the... I think he has a really good run, actually, on Brian Acomb. But Acomb, those long legs of the Lexus, you see how the Lexus is gaining just that little bit because of the lack of downforce and that Japanese V8.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mac Morgan just got past Sergio Lindo. I'm going to quickly replay that here. Oh, no, I missed it. Never mind.
Ooh, are they
Well.
having a look down the inside of Koval? Their nose to tail here.
Oh, Josh Parker just got passed by Shane Lewis. I'm going to quickly replay that here in a second once I can.
Yes.
Oh, that's because Josh Parker's going... Well, he's going into the pits, but I'm not sure if that's why he is.
Did he spin into the pits?
I
He
don't think so.
he
He
pitted.
might have spun yeah, I think he might have spun before he went into the pits, just had really hot tires and going in. But honestly, I'm not sure, because pitting this early, especially from the lead, I don't know. It's weird. Also, I find it funny that his livery only works in the replay.
Yes.
I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, we have no idea at this point, as that is a three-way battle here. Stearns was able to get past a few cars, I think. He's the Cyan Ferrari as he's into the brake at the inside line. Careful, no contact there. Great driving, and he squeezes up to P4.
Yeah, amazing job there by Peachy Stearns, not causing contact. Koval now under a lot of pressure, though, from Gio Vignoli, R.D. Thompson, and Andrew Duong-Bonglio. Just behind them, R.D. Thompson and Gio Vignoli are going side by side, with Duong-Bonglio right behind them, trying to figure out who he wants to follow, because he will have the speed in the Lexus, and he gets past
Giovinoli.
Yes. So he picked the right car. Meanwhile, Jose Garcia has a yellow flag moment briefly. I'm going to quickly pull that up here in the pip.
Yes, and here we have Buckley chasing down Lindo as we enter the hairpin.
Ooh. So that was Corey Colt and Jose Garcia coming together, and I believe that was Corey Colt sending it up the inside where he maybe shouldn't have. I'm not sure, though. He did not give the position back, so obviously he didn't think there was any issues. And now Jose Garcia and Corey Murray are side by side going through the last two corners.
Yes. Danny Mo in the chat is asking, where is our points leader? Mike Heisner, the championship leader, is currently down in P24. And let's see. For the battle, for P1, Mac Morgan is currently P12. So if I go quickly look at the points reference, P24 gets 27 points and P12 gets 54 points. How many draw points does Heisner
He
have?
has 43 points, I think. So Mac Morgan is not ahead yet. He needs to get at least one more position.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Sorry, two more positions. So if he gets to P11 and does not have fastest lap, then he and Mike Heisner will be tied, and it will go to wins. And I think Mac has more wins than Mike Heisner, but I don't know. But if he gets to P10 with that 60 points, he will definitely have the win.
Okay, good to notice. Duong-Bonglio. Did he go down the inside of Jim? No, Jim Noli went wide there. As he's chasing down RD. A lot of battles happening here. As Koval is also chasing down Stearns. And looking at the silver picture, where did Josh Parker come out? Josh
He's all
Parker.
the way at the back.
Yes.
He has a lot of clean air, though.
Yes.
So, as
Maybe
long
that's
as-
why he pitted. He wanted to
Maybe,
abuse
but-
the clean air.
That could be, but he also had clean air up front because he was in first place.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he's going to have to run 50 minutes on one set of tires. And with the heat of this track, that's not going to be easy. We're down to 28C from the 34C where we were at in qualifying. But it's still not going to be easy. So there's a yellow flag moment for Sergio Lindo coming through turn 2. I'm going to quickly replay that in the pit.
Yes. So it's going to be very interesting to see where Josh Parker ends up with his early pit stop. But he has 20 seconds before he even comes into contact with the next car. So he has a lot of clean air to work with. So I'm very intrigued to see what he has in mind for this essentially super undercut strategy.
Yeah. So the pit delta here is around, I think it's like 63 to 65 seconds. And he is currently 68 seconds, 66 seconds behind Shane Lewis right now. So if...
As Don Grungio just got past R.D. Thompson.
Ooh.
His car was bouncing too, honestly. Pretty impressive overtake using that Lexus power.
Yeah. You know, as I was saying, Josh Parker isn't in the lead right now, even if everyone pitted. Now, of course, that does require perfect pit stops, and that's a perfect pit stop is very hard to do, especially in these lower divisions where you have less experienced drivers normally. So we will have to see where he shuffles out, like you were saying.
Yes. Going back here, the closest battle on track, Mac Morgan is chasing down Emil Garcia as wait, Cody Colt. Does he have a move here into the inside? Inside? Doesn't seem like it. He's chasing down Leon. He was really close, but not close enough.
Yeah, so the way that you have to overtake at this track is not by getting good entries. It's by getting good exits. There's not a lot of tracks, or there's not a lot of corners where you can overtake someone just by getting a better entry than them, as Corey Colt goes up the inside of Leung, now on the outside through the corner.
Yeah.
And he might have a better exit here.
Even if he doesn't, I think the slipstream's enough.
Yeah, especially in a Ferrari, but I don't know. He doesn't look like he's catching.
Oh?
Ooh.
Leon kind of gave him the inside there. Maybe a little bit of a twitch moment, but he does get past, but they're still really close to each other here. Is Leon gonna have a look down the inside? No, I think he's gonna focus on the exit. We know the Porsche has that acceleration coming out of the corner. That's what the Porsche is known for, and I think he's getting a good exit.
Yeah, but the Porsche doesn't have that good straight line speed, so I think Corey Colt has that pass done and dusted.
Yes, I think he does.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what I just did, but yeah. So that's one of the times where I really don't think, like, that was down to bad exits by the Porsche more than good entries by the Ferrari. Now, that was amazing racecraft by Corey Colt. I will not diminish that overtake at all because it was an amazing job. But the way that he got the pass done was by forcing a bad exit for Leung from turn 6. Yeah, a bad exit in turn 6. But amazing job there to get that pass done.
Yes. Now we have Mark DC chasing down Heisner, our championship leader.
And he's gone. I didn't know we had a dim effect here on our microphone.
Yes.
But yeah, Mark DC on Mike Heisner. Mike Heisner has been, I assume, dealing with a lot of damage. I'm going to quickly,
Yes.
I don't know if you can see it in the pip, but
Ooh, and there's a three-way fight here.
Hurting.
Mummery, Beckstedt, and Spuckler, as Beckstedt seems to be the one who benefits the most. Wait, no. Spuckler, with a superior exit, gets the switcheroo done on the Beckstedt. Great move.
That was so close. I thought that they were going to have contact. You know what? Mike Heisner trying to overtake Acomb. He's better on the brakes, and he gets a better exit. So very nice job there to force that. Meanwhile, Josh Parker has set the fastest lap with a 1:35.1. So he is definitely pushing it.
Yes, he's definitely pushing it. I think that's part of his strategy. I'm very interested. Did he maybe he pulled off a really good stint in the race practice server, and that's why he was like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. If it comes down to it, I'll go for the 45+ minute stint here with my Lexus. He's currently 11 seconds behind Jeremy Rand, so again, he has a lot of free air to work with.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mac Morgan is like right behind Emil Garcia.
He's been like that for a while, though. That Mustang is really hard. Ooh, almost contact.
Yeah, the thing that Mac's issue is he's getting good, like, immediate exits out of corners, like on the apex of corners, but because of the racing lines through these, he's not been able to convert those really good apexes and exits into passes, although he might get a chance here with Emil Garcia having maybe a little wide exit, but Mac Morgan also having a wide moment there.
Yes. I think Mac needs to think about, because I don't think he'll be able to get past Emil Garcia with just how good Emil Garcia is as a defensive driver. He's just really good at holding his position, and the Mustang really helps you with that too. The Mustang is one of the best drivers for people who love defending, or one of the best cars, sorry, for people who love defending. As RD, wow, I was looking at it on the timing sheets for a while, and it seems like we have a four-way battle for P5 from 5th to 8th. As Giovinazzi
a little wide.
Got past Dong Bunglio.
Yeah. Zygmunt is into the pits.
Zygmunt.
So I believe our P2 driver, maybe P3, depending on where you put Josh Parker, is into the pits. Meanwhile, R.D. Thompson trying to find a way around Koval. The one thing that I will say about Mac, we were talking about maybe him pitting early, is if he were to pit now, he'd be right in between Moreno and Stefan Pellerin. So he would have some clean air, but I don't think he would have enough clean air to really take advantage of it by a lot. But we will have to see what his decision is, because originally his plan was to pit immediately after lap 1 and go for like 60 minutes on his tires, just so they had the clean air the whole way instead of having to fight through the field. So he may take advantage of a modified version of that strategy now.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea given the current state he's in. Just fighting Emil Garcia, who is, he's a Mustang driver, and as a fellow Mustang drivers, I know how these guys hold their positions.
I know it too. I've been on both sides of that coin, and I was so happy that you didn't catch me, so I didn't have to deal with that. Meanwhile, Giovinazzi with an amazing pass on R.D. Thompson into turn 14.
Yes.
Penkovic currently on our main screen trying to chase down Kazuba, but not finding the pace so far.
Yeah. Currently he's in P9, which should give him 64 points. I know he has the most drop points out of the top 3.
Yeah, he has, I think it's 85. It's like 90. Sorry. It's 80 or 85 drop points for this. But the problem is he needs to finish top 3, ideally a win, in order for him to have a realistic chance. Because if he were to finish P3, Mac would have to finish P15 and Heisner would have to finish P21. And neither of them are in that position right now. So he would effectively have to finish first place. And he would have to put on a masterclass in order to get up there at this point.
Yes. Walker Silvers is asking in the chat, where's Zygmunt? Zygmunt went into the pits. And one thing to note, Josh Parker is ahead of him coming out of the pits.
All right, so Josh Parker probably having a thing. Meanwhile, Giovinazzi going up the inside of Koval. There was a little bit of contact there. I will quickly replay it in the pip. Well, no, actually, I'm going to continue watching this battle. They're side by side. More contact. They're getting shoved down the... Koval is shoving Giovinazzi down the inside of the straight.
Yes.
Koval having a slight oversteer moment, but not being able to fight back the position. And so Giovinazzi will take P4. And meanwhile, right behind them, R.D. Thompson getting past Andrew Duong Bonglio.
Yes, a lot of action happening up and down the field. Dan Cran in the chat saying, wow, Mac P11, Heiser P20. There was a lap 1 incident, as Heiser's currently now P19. He has yet to pit though, of course, but so does the majority of the grid. So
speaking of pitting, Mac is now into the pits.
Yes, he's going for that undercut on Emil Garcia. I think that's the best strategic choice he had, as that damn Mustang is just too wide. As we have Sean Paul side by side with Acomb.
Oh, no, Penkovic has a drive-through penalty.
Oh no, track limits?
Already.
Halfway through the race. As Lindo is...
Oh no, Sergio.
Let's see what happens.
Sergio Lindo has had multiple incidents through this corner. He's had an incident through...
Oh.
Yeah,
he lost
had an incident
it there.
like that in qualifying, so I think his brake balance might be set too far forward. Unfortunately, I don't think you can hear me to fix that, though.
Yes. So here we have Koval. Again, honestly, the most interesting part of this this race so far is this battle for P4 from Giagnoli all the way to Dongbonglio, and then also Kazuba. If he can get a little bit more pace, he can also get the gains on him. But right now, he's being chased down by Cesara Pankovic, who needs to serve this drive-through penalty, which is a shame, as he has a good amount of pace here. Now, Alan Long, looking on the inside of Jose Garcia, as Garcia was able to get past him, we were not able to capture that in the race, and we have Spuckler right behind, chasing him down as Stern takes P2, chasing down Borel, 0.5, as somebody went into the pits. The leader went into the pits, I think.
So looking at Mac Morgan, he currently is out of the pits now, and if you look there on the track map, he's currently coming into the hairpin there, just in the middle. Yeah, he has so much free space ahead of him. He's got about 15 to 16 seconds ahead of him that he has to try and get ahead of Emil Garcia, and he was only about 0.2 seconds behind, so he should be able to get ahead or do a very nice job. Unfortunately, I need to go take a quick minute, so I will be right back.
All right. So now it is the SVG show for a little bit. So yeah, here we have Emil Garcia. Hasn't gone to the pits yet. So I think for the undercut we were just talking about, I think they'll have it done, as RD Thompson just went wide. I got a quick replay of this. So RD Thompson just went wide through the very tough turns 9 and 10, and Dong Bonglio easily cashes in and gets the pass done on RD. RD, I think, is struggling with his tires. I think he should consider pitting as well, as the undercut on this track is really strong, in my opinion, if you pull it right. As you can see with Josh Parker. Josh Parker is actually the fastest of our pitted drivers. He's in the lead when it comes to pitted drivers. Obviously, because of the gaps, I can't tell you with 100% certainty. Looking at Borel, you can see Borel is just starting his lap. You can kind of see it on the map there, as he's gonna enter now the triple right-hander. So with the time loss on this track, it is something to take into consideration, as that is a significant amount of time loss. But when you do that undercut and you're on those fresh tires, it is just gonna be, you know, as long as you have free air, it's going to be a very, very good experience. As now RD is into the pits, as well as Kazuba, I think. No, I think, where's Kazuba? He was on my screen. He was on a screen on my screen a second ago. Oh yeah, wait, I'm looking at him. My bad. Yeah, Kazuba is also into the pits. Spuckler currently chasing on Alan Leong. This is effectively the pit window. This is usually the default strategy for when it comes to pit stops. Just split it right straight down the middle. And yeah, we have a lot of drivers doing that. Josh Parker is currently being chased down by Shane Lewis, who was leading the race. So the undercut did work for Josh Parker. We have to give credit to Josh Parker here. Neither me nor Trey really, we were questioning the strategy, but it seems like it's worked, as he has gotten past Shane Lewis, who was the leader of the race when he pitted.
The main issue that Josh Parker is going to have is Shane Lewis has 20-minute better tires.
Yes.
Now, as long as he doesn't have any moments through like corner exits, he'll be fine, because obviously it's the Lexus. You can't pass a Lexus on a straight very easily. But we will have to see where this all shakes out.
Yes. Just looking up and down the grid, looking at how many people have yet to pit. We have P1 through 12 have yet to pit. Then we have P15 and P19. Yes, and that is all the drivers that have yet to pit. So we have 12 plus 2. We have 14 drivers that have yet to pit. As Garcia is into the pits, now we can see if that undercut from Mac Morgan will work, as he is now currently entering. He is currently in Sector 3, and here's the Mustang of Emil Garcia. We'll leave the Mustang for Emil Garcia into the pit as I tune in to Mac Morgan, who is racing for his championship here. As let's see, he's currently rounding down the final corner, and I think as Garcia's gonna come out the pits, He's
I
running
think
the
Mac's
front.
gonna have him.
Yeah, I think he has it. You can see it in the pip. The small blue Ferrari is getting bigger and bigger, and there it goes. Mac Morgan got the undercut to work, and he gets past that very annoying Mustang.
Yeah, and Mac will gain from where he is right now. He'll gain another, I think, 4 positions, but I'm not quite certain. I don't know who all has and hasn't pitted. So no, it'll be more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like 7 or 8 positions.
Yes. You have Giovinazzi
So-
chasing down Sturz.
Yeah.
But yes, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So, assuming that it works out right now, and Heisner, so Heisner's drop position is 16th, and I don't know if he'll be able to get up like past 16th here today. It's possible, but very unlikely, especially with the damage that he has on his car. So, Mac is currently in position to take the lead of this championship. It's very up in the air because Mike Heisner could come back. I'm not sure where all these drivers who are currently needing to pit will filter out, and Mac could still have some kind of incident, or Heisner could have some kind of incident, or everyone between Mac and Heisner could have an incident, and that would let Heisner, get through. But that is our current standing point. I think Mac has the lead in the championship currently, but we'll have to see.
Yes, we'll see after the pit stop. So right now, currently the net leader of the race, Josh Parker. Actually, wait, is Border out on track? Yes, he is. He is. Where's Josh Parker?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
So
Yeah, Josh Parker's ahead,
Yeah.
and he just loses the position to Shane Lewis as those tires are probably screaming for mercy. The track temperature went down with 1 degree Celsius, but overall, if we can hold on to the top 3 position, I'm honestly gonna call Josh Parker's strategy a good one. Smart plays. If he's just looking for that
Oh no!
silver champ.
Oh,
Is the curse.
No, that's both.
Is the
Lewis
curse?
and Parker? Yeah, that is the curse. Josh Parker will, I think, lose 2 positions to Shane Lewis and Zygmunt, and he will not regain the position. Or sorry, I believe that's Lewis and Zygmunt, and then I don't know who that is right ahead of them. That might be Beckstead.
Yes.
But yeah, that's
Man.
really unfortunate there. I think Josh Parker just got deep on those brakes, and those tires have to be screaming right now.
Yeah, you saw him just slide through it. So we're gonna have to see. He needs to get like what, 35 points on Spuckler, right? Who has yet to
Yes.
pit. So as Spuckler, as you can see, he's also struggling for his tires. But here's the difference: Spuckler can get a fresh set of shoes right now. Parker, on the other hand, he's gonna have to grit his teeth and just bear it for 26 minutes and 30 seconds at the minimum.
Yeah, so Spuckler, obviously we don't know where he'll filter out, as we see Zygmunt and I believe that's Shane Lewis going side by side through turns 4 and 5. Zygmunt should have a better exit here through turn 6. No, he goes very wide.
And
that'll allow
Parker
Josh Parker
gets
to
the
get past
position.
Both of them.
Will he get both of them? He has a he's gonna have a very tight line here. He manages to put himself a little bit wide, give himself a proper angle, and he seems to hold that position. And he, I think, is effectively back into the lead of the race. Although Giovinazzi is very far ahead, I think. Let's see, where is he?
Yeah, it also depends on penalty points, because he did cause that collision going into turn 9. So, well, I'll leave it to the stewards to decide that, but he definitely had a collision. I don't know if he caused the collision, but
Yes.
definitely one for the stewards there.
Yes,
We will go over it later.
This Silver Championship race is going to be very interesting. We're gonna have to take a look at the top 3. Speaking of, let me open up the standings real quick. D4 drivers for Silver, because we talk about Josh Parker and Spuckler, but where is Jose Garcia? Where is Jose Garcia in this?
16th. So that's 43 points. Josh Parker would be getting around 80 points if he finishes in like P4 or so, which, depending on how close these drivers are, at the very end of the race, like a 5-second penalty could lose him like 3 or 4 positions. But
yeah,
we
this
have a massive train here. Effective P1 to effective P5 are all within a second of each other. Shane Lewis with a side-by-side moment. He's better on the brakes, but I don't think he'll have it because he'll have a wide line, and he doesn't. Meanwhile, Zygmunt lost 2 positions, so I think he had another wide moment there through the exit of turn 6.
yes, this is an insane battle for P3. The fastest man on track, Mac Morgan, setting a fastest.
1:34.6.
Damn, that's faster than my qualifying time yesterday.
I was gonna say that's about where my qualifying time was. And fun fact, Mac Morgan has not done any low fuel running yet. His personal best on the practice times was a 1:35.2 because he was doing full fuel running. He knew he had the qualifying ban. As he goes past, oh no! Honestly, amazing save there by Mac. That was, I don't know how he kept it straight, but who did he hit?
Good question.
I want to say that was, I don't know. I think that was Rodrigo Moreno. I'm going to quickly replay that here in the pit. Yeah, so Rodrigo Moreno was letting past Andrew Duangbanglio, Mac Morgan going past him, and I think Mac Morgan expected Moreno to back out like he did for Duangbanglio ahead and then didn't.
Funny how quickly it went from Parker at a great strategy to Parker is in big trouble. Yeah, Danny Mo, this is 100% factual statement. Look at this. Dude, he is actually, Josh Parker is being the train conductor right now. The train starts and will end with him.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
If he's able to keep all these guys behind, there's no way any of them are going to catch as Zygmunt runs into the back of Shane Lewis, I think, a little bit.
Wow.
Like, all of these drivers are faster than Parker through the corners, but it doesn't matter if they can't get better exits. And so all these drivers are going to be fighting side by side with each other, and there could be more moments like we just saw where they almost come together, or they do come together as they do, as Artie Thompson gets taken out.
Oh no. As Giovanoli is in the pits, Josh Parker, as he's leaving the pits, we're going to see where he comes out ahead. The next car you're going to see on track is going to be Josh Parker. It's going to be that black Lexus on the main screen because... Yeah.
So, it was the incident between Artie Thompson and...
Yeah, and there goes Josh Parker with Borrell right behind him. And so
Josh Parker has the lead.
Yes, the super undercut has worked. But here's the thing. The Lexus, we know it's quick in a straight line. But guess who's right behind them? Fellow silver driver Ben Borrell in a BMW. A car with the legs to actually give that Lexus a run for its money. If it's anybody who can not break up the train, because the train... Parker is the train. He is the train.
The train kind of derailed for a moment, but it's kind of sort of forming back up. In case you missed it in the pit, it was a similar. The crash between Artie Thompson and Shane Lewis was similar to the incident between Mac Morgan and Rodrigo Moreno, where one car was to the inside and got squeezed on the inside. So, as Artie Thompson also has a drive-through penalty now.
Oh, for track limits. As Mac Morgan now chasing a Lexus down the straight. We know how that goes. So I'm gonna go get off the screen as Buckley gets past R.D. Thompson.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Andrew Duangbanglio was looking up the inside of Walter Giovignoli. Never did anything, but I think this is one of the things that Mac will really be able to capitalize on is if Duangbanglio gets held up by Giovignoli, he might be able to get to a position where he can overtake him through the exit of a corner if Duangbanglio gets held up through an exit.
Yes. Also, one thing to note for this silver championship calculation, for Josh Parker, he's the only silver driver in the top 3 with drop points. He has 22 drop points. So at the very, it's gonna be very easy at the end of the curse. Borel goes very deep as Shane Lewis takes P2 away from him. And now, Shane Lewis, those tires are fresh. Those tires are fresh. Parker is sweating. He needs to put up a defensive masterclass. If he puts on a defensive masterclass to hold P1, I'm calling it the best drive of the season.
That's going to be insane.
I'm going to call it the best drive of the season. We are going to... am I allowed to say glaze on stream?
It definitely wouldn't be the worst thing said on stream, so I think you're okay.
Yeah, I will be glazing Josh Parker a lot during the interview if he gets there, of course. You know, it's all hypothetical.
Yeah. Even if I'm gonna quickly look at the Silver Championship standings, because it's Spuckler, then Garcia, then Parker, then Leon, then Emil Garcia, and Ben Borel.
Ben Borel has missed a few races in the season, though, so I don't think he is in the running.
Yeah, Ben Borel is 170 points back from Spuckler and 140 points back from Josh Parker, so he's not a threat for the championship win. He is a threat for the overall win of this race, but not the championship win. So even if Josh Parker loses a position to Borel, that's not really a massive concern in terms of points championships. Meanwhile, Shane Lewis has an amazing run. Josh Parker, he might try something on the inside.
Looking down the inside, but Josh Parker, he knows what he has to do. Look at this, man. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Look at this defensive masterclass, and now he's making Borel and Lewis fight each other.
Oh, and Borel has an oversteer moment through the exit of the corner.
And now he
out to Koval now.
And now Parker has a 1.5 second gap!
Jeez. Josh Parker putting on a masterclass right now. But this is the wonderful thing that he's doing. Like, everyone between P2 and now P8 is more or less within a second of each other. And they're all going to be fighting each other super hard, so that even if they're getting close to Josh Parker, they're not going to be able to overtake him unless they decide, hey, let's not overtake each other. Let's fight Josh Parker. But that's never going to happen. Meanwhile,
yes.
There are two drive-thrus in Diego Hernandez and Mark DC. They're toward the back, so not a massive concern, I don't think.
Yes. Mike Eisner is up in P19. You said his drop race is 16th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so... Let's see. Yeah, so... Mac is currently in P9.
Yes.
He might have a chance to get to P8, but I don't think so.
Mac is approaching the train.
Yes, and that's really bad for him, I think.
As Giovanni! Oh my goodness! What happened here? What happened here? I will put it on the replay, and that has given Mac a few positions.
All right, so I need to recalculate.
Giovanni in the inside, then takes out Dunk Bunglio, and Mac
out front.
gains a few positions as
it by Shane Lewis. It all comes down to this exit. Josh Parker doing an amazing job on the brakes. He's going to have the inside line here. He's going to get a similar exit to Shane Lewis, but he's right behind him, so it'll all depend on this corner here. A P9.
Keep it incident free. Keep it incident free.
Similar exits. Josh Parker maybe slightly, about the same, but he will have a lot better speed. So it all comes down to that Lexus speed. He's already gaining on him. He's going to go side by side, possibly before the next corner.
I don't think he has it. I don't think he has it. Yeah, backing out.
Oh, so I don't want to say that's effectively Josh Parker falling out of the race lead, but it's close because he doesn't have the tires to, I think, to overtake Shane Lewis anymore. Because his tires are going to be dead by the end of the race. So I think now it'll depend on Shane Lewis having a mistake in order for Josh Parker to get P1. But he still has so many people to defend from behind him.
Yeah, he's going to defend for his life, but I think those tires are starting to become Swiss cheese for sure at this point. You're really starting to see that we're really starting to see the fall off. Even he had a very rough exit there as Koval is side by side with Borel.
Yeah, that's the one thing that Josh Parker still has going for him, is because everyone's so close behind him. As they fight each other, it's going to make it harder for them to fight with Parker. Anyway, so to go back to what I was trying to say before a whole bunch more chaos happened. So Mac Morgan in P7, in order for Heisner to beat him in this championship, he has to finish P11. And that would require gaining 7 or 8 spots.
Okay.
It's definitely possible, but I don't think it's likely.
Yeah, currently Mike Heisner is around 9.5 seconds back behind Leung. So that is something to note. Artie Thompson's currently chasing down Jose Garcia, who is in P15, or second place silver driver. Speaking of silver drivers, where is our Mark DC as a yellow flag? He's looking the wrong way. And he's just backing up, just making sure he can find a window to rejoin the race.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, great idea. Now looking for Spuckler on my timing sheets. I can't find him. There he is. He's P17.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for worst case scenario for Josh Parker and assume he finishes P6, because I think that's, unless he, I'm not going to say, I think the worst case scenario, he finishes P6.
Okay.
Maybe P7, but I'm going to say P6. So that would get him 76 points. Sorry, I need to pull up my calculator.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So if Josh Parker finishes P6, he will have total 343 points.
Okay.
So Spuckler would need to get 42 points.
Yes, and let's see. Taking a peek at the points reference.
That is a 16th position, I think.
Yes, 16th position gives you 43. And he is currently 17th.
So Spuckler has to gain, I think it's 5 seconds on R.D. Thompson ahead of him, and then figure out how to pass him. But we are really close here. Now, of course, Josh Parker still has a really nice gap at the moment.
Yes.
So I'm going to say that he'll be fine, but Spuckler needs to gain probably 2 or 3 more positions, and then he'll be fine.
Yes, Josh Parker has to hold on for 12 more minutes at minimum. Because remember, if Lewis manages, who seems to have is running away with the race, if Lewis manages to start the final lap with 1 second left on the clock, guess what? We're gonna have to go all the way around again. That is probably Josh Parker's worst nightmare.
Exactly. Yeah.
As there's a yellow flag somewhere. It is Sergio Lindo at the hairpin.
Again. His rear tires have to be like completely shot at this point. He's had so many incidents. Meanwhile, Peachy Stearns gets past Tony Zygmunt into turn 4. Mac Morgan is basically right behind this train. He's sitting at about a second back from it. And that's probably about the best position he could, because then if something happens ahead of him, he has enough time to hopefully react to it and get out of the way.
Yes, this championship battle, these final 10 minutes, I can feel it. I feel like something amazing is going to happen as Ben Borel side by side with Josh Parker. Josh Parker's on the throttle way earlier, though.
Yeah, he got a massive exit through there. That was mostly, I think, because Borel went way, like, he just wasn't able to get good power on because he was wider.
Yes.
But, meanwhile, Giovignoli has gotten past Mark Kazuba.
Currently P11.
I think it'll stay that way.
Yes, chasing down. I don't remember when Kazuba pitted.
Give me a second. Yeah, Kazuba's pitted 20 minutes ago. Giovignoli pitted 10 minutes ago.
Okay, so Giovignoli has the fresher tires. Oh yeah, Giovignoli was the last to pit out of everybody.
Yep. Meanwhile, side by side down the pit straight, Zygmunt on Peachy Stearns. They're going side by side through turn 1. There's slight contact there. Not enough to cause any big concerns, but they are dropping massive time now to P4 in Koval. Mac Morgan now looking up the inside of Peachy Stearns. Don't try anything too aggressive. You don't need to. Thank you. All right. So yeah, Mac Morgan can ideally just hold position, not try anything too risky.
Yes, as somebody just went wide. It was Stearns. Stearns just went very wide. And now Mac has the overspeed. He's gonna look down the inside. He's gonna dive. There's a Mercedes.
Oh no!
There's a McLaren. Sorry, cutting him off. Starting the car back up, and he needs to just get it moving. Get it moving again. He's a P9. He's back to P9. P8.
As Peachy Stearns is still off track.
Yes.
I'm going to quickly replay that in the overhead cam just to see what happened. Because I think Mac Morgan may have gone a little deep on the brakes. Yeah, so the ideal braking position there is around 100 meters, and Mac braked, I think, at around 70 meters, probably just because he couldn't see where he was braking.
Yes,
Yeah,
very
so
ambitious move. I think, yeah, that's gonna be. We'll leave it to the stewards. As Border down the inside of Josh Parker, he finally got past Josh Parker. Josh Parker trying to use the side draft, if the game even has any, to just come out ahead. But he's gonna have the Border's gonna have the inside line. Yes, and there it is. They're really close together. Scary close, scary close. As now Koval is now looking at that Lexus of Josh Parker. And now Josh Parker is down into P3, and that Porsche has no displacement.
Nope. Yeah. So now looking at Mac Morgan and his finishing position, he's currently P8. I kind of expect he's going to get some pretty harsh penalties though at the end of this race. So I'll say maybe 10 or 15 seconds of total. I don't know where that would put him.
We're honestly gonna have to wait till the end of the race to get an answer on that. As Buckley 0.2 seconds ahead, Zygmunt. Look at that speed advantage. He had to lift.
Did not get the overspeed soon enough.
And now these two battling each other is going to help. It's going to help Mac Morgan catch up, funnily enough, as Mac Morgan is in P8 chasing down. So we'll see. This is going to be a very, very interesting championship battle. You guys do not want to go anywhere. This is going to be... We don't even know if we can crown a champion. Now, see, Heisner is currently in P18. His drop race is P16, so I think he needs to even get P5. He needs to get like basically 15th and up, right? For us to even add his points.
Well, so yeah, so he has to get past P16. And funnily enough, if Mac, assuming that Mac drops 2 positions from where he is now on penalty points, P16 is exactly the maximum that Heisner could finish and Mac win the championship. So,
okay,
it's really Mac really needs to get his pushing on and try to get more positions if he can. Now, the issue is there's 2 blue flaggers right ahead of him in Sean Paul and... who's the other one? I think that's Sean Paul.
Yeah, Sean Paul is in front. And the other McLaren in front... Yes, Ian Gilchrist. They should get out of the way right now. Sean Paul got out of the way. Slight lift. And now he's going to squeeze in behind Mac. And now...
So now it's just depending on where Mac catches... Gilchrist ahead.
Yes, currently 2 seconds behind Buckley and Zygmunt, who are still battling for position. I think the best Mac can do is get P6 from Zygmunt and Buckley, who are battling for it. But these dudes need to just hold up the tail a bit more. You can even see the Ferrari in the background. So we're gonna see. We haven't talked about it much, but Shane Lewis, a 5-second gap to Borel. So he's basically run away with this race for Ultramarine Racing. Very, very great performance from him. Josh Parker, as things stand, Spuckler is P16. And Jose Garcia is P15. As the hell just happened? As
I don't know.
Ping just happened.
That's the best way to put it, I think.
Yes. So wait, some quick maths. Parker right now will get 32 points with current finishing position if he can hold on to that Porsche of Koval behind. He'll get 92 points. And then Spuckler, who is in P16, will get
43.
We'll get 43. So that is a 45? No, 47 points. So,
which is enough to get in the championship. But again,
yes.
we do have to factor in the possibility of penalties. So
Yes. It'll be a 49-point swing for Josh Parker, which is enough for Josh Parker to become champion. But one thing to note is that Josh Parker was involved in a collision, and we are not going to have the penalties and the final stewards decision anytime soon. So
nope. That'd be like Friday at the earliest, I would assume.
yes,
So,
that would be Friday at the very earliest is when we'll know who will win the silver championship definitively.
and the gold championship.
And the gold championship, yes, as
As
Mac
the
was
gold
involved in a collision diving down the inside.
So Ian Gilchrist is currently off track and struggling to get back on. Mac is also having issues. I think that's mostly just because his rear tires are shot, though.
Yes. Mac getting past lap traffic, but 2 seconds behind Buckley. Buckley has lost the pace to Zygmunt as there are 3 minutes left in this race. Let me look at Lewis's position. Lewis just started his lap. So if I were to take a... Well, not...
He's getting to sector 3 right now, so...
Oh yeah,
assume
I
they
read that
probably
wrong.
have two laps left.
Yes, as there's
So
a yellow
this
flag.
lap-
It's Brian Acombe. Man, it's... Man, I'm kind of bummed that we can't crown a champion right now. Like, at the end of this race, it's...
Yeah. There's just been too many issues.
Yes, there's been just been...
Because Josh Parker, an amazing race so far with a absolutely bonker strategy. I assume that he had one incident, I think it was.
Yes.
So max he would lose like 10 seconds. That would bump him all the way down to P8. So I will do some quick maths before we start interviewing people. We can interview like Lewis and Borrell, and then we'll see who to pull in for championships.
I mean, we're gonna interview Josh Parker for P3 as well if he finishes there.
That's
Obviously,
fair.
Koval is hounding him. So at the very least, we will interview Heisner and Koval together as they are 100% guaranteed, no BS.
Yeah, no.
The
they-
team
they've got that in the
champions.
bag. Also, speaking of that, Mac Morgan is currently only half a second ahead of Walter Giovignoli. So,
Yes, and now Diego Hernandez side by side with Acombe, but I think Acombe's just gonna flex the long ass legs. Yep. Goodbye. As Acombe, having a little bit of a slide, but manages to catch it.
another ping moment there.
Yeah, another ping moment. I hope that stops, please. We had Brands Hatch. That wasn't fun.
We're so close to the end. Let us finish, then you can do whatever you want.
As Spuckler, yellow flag moment.
I think he had a moment through, I think that's turn 5. I'm going to quickly show it here. So yeah, he spun the tires going through the exit of turn 5. Thankfully, he managed to keep it at least mostly straight, but...
Yes. And we start our final lap of the race. Shane Lewis just crossing the line with 1 minute to go. If I'm Josh Parker, I'm actually pretty happy with this current situation because, as you can see, he's on the final lap right now. He just needs to hold on, and he has some assistance. Doug Bunglio, in also a Lexus, is going to maybe give Koval a little bit of what Koval is gonna have to start thinking about the car behind him because P1 Lewis is a P1 Lewis, P2 Borel are locked down as we have Josh Parker and wait, Koval, the Porsche. Never mind. Oh man, there's a few yellow flags that are also flying around.
I don't know what those are, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we're gonna consider them ping moments.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a little bit further back here, Sean Paul just got past Jeremy Rand into the chicane, or into the whatever you call that, hairpin. That's what you call it.
Yes. And now look, Kovac being hounded by the Lexus, and that has given Josh Parker a 1 second cushion entering Sector 3. I think that will be P3 for him as we go towards Shane Lewis to see him crossing the line. It is a very good drive as he takes first place and the win for Division 4. A very great race from him. Flashing his lights, he's happy. Right behind him, Ben Borel, great qualifying, great race, takes the silver win and overall second place. Behind him, Josh Parker crossing the line with a super undercut strategy. All props to him. I am a fan. He made a fan of me. Mac Morgan, P8 with no penalties. He is champion. I think.
Provisional champion. Provisional champion.
Provisional champion if we assume no penalties.
Yeah, we will have to see what the overall gaps are at the end of the race.
Yes,
But
Josh
Penkovic
Parker,
will
I
finish-
think, is also provisional champion, barring penalties with his third
Yeah.
place finish.
Yeah. Penkovic will come across the line, P13. He had an all right race today. Unfortunately, I don't think this track really suits the Porsches with how heavy of tire deg you have and the Porsche already having issues. But
Yes.
Speckler will come across the line around P15. I think some people...
Yeah,
voted
some people
circle.
left. Yeah, some people left.
We will get you a final finishing order here in a moment.
Yes, as a
what
few
we
more
do
people
know-
have to cross the line.
Yeah, what we do know is Shane Lewis, Borel, and Parker are all our top three, and they did an amazing job. And we will figure out who all we are interviewing.
Yes.
We know 3 people. We'll add, I think, at least 2 more to that, maybe 3.
Yes. Wait for
who's
these.
last
I think
on
these are the
track?
last 2 to cross the line.
Yep.
Yes, there it
Alright.
is. Gonna take a quick screenshot. There it is. And I will put that in the chat. So I think we're gonna interview the... Okay, yeah, perfect then.
Yeah. I'm screenshotting all the way down to P18. So I will let you run the interviews. Do we want to start with our winner?
Yes,
Or
let's
do we wanna
start.
with Josh Parker?
We'll leave.
Let's just start with Lewis.
Yeah, we'll start with Lewis and Borel, as those are like the easiest interviews. We're not gonna talk about who's champion and all that. We'll leave that for later. We'll leave that for later.
We'll get to that in a moment. Hopefully they don't leave before we get to them though, so we need to ping them quickly.
Yeah, yes. So I will pin
So
Borel
ping
and
Lewis.
Shane Lewis.
Yeah. So Borel, Lewis, Parker, Heisner,
Heisner and
Koval,
Koval. Yes.
and then maybe go ahead and ping Mac too, I think. So just ping them to say that we'll be doing interviews.
Yes. Koval. And then
Heisner.
yeah, I already pinged Heisner and Koval, so now Josh Parker. And then finally
So say Mac Morgan is the provisional gold champion, but we will have to see where that all shakes out. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to the standings page. They have not updated yet, so
yes.
we will hope that they update by the time we get through this.
Yes. Oh yeah, I should probably drag some of them more. Okay. We will start with, let's see if I can find the D4, D5 race shot. Okay, we're gonna start with our race winner if Shane Lewis is here, so we
he's
will
right
move
there.
him into
Alright,
the booth.
I'll let you run it.
Yes, Shane Lewis, welcome to the booth. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, thank you. Woohoo, first win.
Nice.
Nice. Congrats. Great drive from you. How did it feel just chasing Josh Parker for like
Oh.
10,000 laps before taking the lead.
Yeah, I seen his heater of a lap for pole position. I was like, oh man, I don't think I'm gonna take that from him. So I knew I was gonna have to take him on the track, and I know it was gonna be difficult. Yeah, lots of good battles. You know, every time you battle, you slow down, and then that risked everybody else catching up, and then it was just a free for all for a while.
Yes.
But yeah, he defends really hard, and we had a few little bumps and hits, but we scraped through. And once I got past him, I knew I was good, and then he undercut me and he got ahead of me after the pit. So I was like, oh man, I gotta do it all over.
Yes, it was one hell of a undercut strategy. So
Yeah.
but yeah, like, how does it feel to have that winner's crown on your head?
Hey, it feels great. I've been working for this for a long time, and I knew this track might be the one I could do it because favorites. For whatever reason, I like the flow of it, so I just put in some practice and medal down and went as hard as I could. It worked out.
Yes, yes, it did.
Yeah, I was a little worried when I didn't get up pole fourth. I messed up on my fastest lap. I think I might have had a chance for pole or second at least. Validated a corner I never invalidated for before, so it cost me, but it still worked out, so I'm happy.
Yes, looking at the, I'm gonna do some absolutely rudimentary, potentially wrong math here. I think with your win, I think you're gonna secure at maybe P4, maybe P5 in the championship. I think you'll secure P6. But how are you feeling with the potential top 5 finish, as everything's up in the air right now?
That's a little disappointing because I had a couple of, I had one that was a DC, my computer crashed, and I had PC issues, so that cost me a whole race. I got taken out a couple times, which cost me a couple of dropped races. So I think I would have been fighting for the championship if I didn't get that DC, but it happened, so just have to wait and see what happens next season.
Yes. So before I let you go, Trey, do you have any questions for Shane Lewis?
No, I don't think so. Other than, is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, big shout out to my family. They're supportive. They let me sit in the chair and do hours of practice every week, so they support me, and I appreciate that. Congrats to all the winners that everybody got the podium. We'll see where everything lays, but congrats to all those guys as well.
Yes. All right, it's been amazing having you here. We hope to see you next season, maybe in D3. We don't know, how it goes, but
We'll see. Yeah, appreciate you guys. You guys do an awesome job
yeah.
for everything.
Yes, thank you for making SRA fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the replay and see how crazy it was. 'Cause
It was very crazy.
Yes, it was.
imagine. Yeah, I'm sweating, so I need to go have a bath first.
All right.
All right.
Have a
guys.
good night.
Take care. Bye.
All right, that was
our race winner.
yes, Shane Lewis. So now we're gonna get our P2 Ben Borel. Let's drag him into the track, into the booth. Ben Borel, welcome to the booth. Congrats on the P2 finish. How are we feeling?
Feeling great, bro. It's been a rough season, but finally I've been able to get something good out of it.
Yeah, so you were stuck behind Josh Parker for a good chunk of the race, but you did a really nice job to eventually overtake him. But go ahead and talk us through the race and how it went.
I think it's just an amazing qualifying. I think I pulled out a PB in qualifying there and just kept it clean. I only got one track limit, so I think that was the biggest thing, is just making sure I kept it on track. And keep it on track, that keeps me incident free. So I think just a clean race was the biggest part of it.
Yes, great drive from you. You had a chance for the win there. Do you think you could have done a little bit better, or do you think this is the absolute most you've gotten out of yourself tonight?
I think I could have gotten it, especially when they were sliding out of, I don't even know what turn that is. It's to the long, it's the quick left-hander that where everyone picks up the track limits.
I think it would be turn 6, like at the end of sector 1.
It's when I got 1 and I was alongside with B1. I think I could have been a little later on the brakes or just taking a different line. I think I could have gotten it there.
All right. That makes sense.
Yes.
Either way, amazing P2 finish, and an overall silver win. So amazing job there. Sig, do you have any more questions before we give him our last one?
No. So take it away, Trey.
Yeah. So Ben, is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to everyone in the Brake Late Pray Hard group chat, especially Sean, Travis, Usig, RD, and all the new guys. It's been a great season, and it's been really fun building these relationships with people I would have never known, especially through sim racing, something that I picked up just a couple months ago, and it's just been fun finding this new hobby. So I just want to give a thanks to all my teammates and friends that I made along the way.
That is awesome to hear, man. All right, we'll send you back to the commentary booth. Great race. Congrats on the overall silver win. And I will talk to you later, for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, that was Ben Borel, silver winner NP2. So now we are going to talk to Josh Parker, our potential silver champion. If I can just find, yeah, there he is. Okay. All right, Josh Parker, welcome to the booth. P3.
How's it going?
First of all, how big are your balls for that strategy you pulled off today?
Well, that strategy was not intentional, actually, and it ended up messing me up in the end. Had a little bit of technical difficulties. My rig, my chair came out, and so I had to pit then so I could fix it in the 30-second pit stop.
So that's what happened. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you saw at the end my tires were just falling off. I mean, it worked out. I kept the podium, but I think I might have had a better chance if I could have hit it maybe 10 minutes later.
Yeah, we thought that might have been on purpose, just because of the way it looked. Like maybe you hooked it out of one of the corners and decided to get new tires. But going 50 minutes on the same set of tires and getting P3, absolutely phenomenal. And then you got pole in qualifying too, I think, right?
Yeah, I did. That's my personal best on this track.
Yeah, we noticed that. But yeah, so not only was that an amazing podium, possibly one of the best drives we've seen, definitely the best drive I think we've seen in D4 this season, but it also sets you up potentially for a provisional silver win. I know that you had an incident at some point. I don't remember where specifically it was or what happened, but I know that you were fighting with Cletus Spuckler for the silver championship this season, so go ahead and talk us through that. What do you think of that?
Definitely. Well, first half of the season started off a little bit weak, didn't get off on the right foot, but as the season went on, we started racing at some of my better tracks, and I was able to get some points. And then I knew that at the end of Misano, this is actually one of my strongest tracks out of everything on the calendar. So I knew that I had to close the gap by this race to make sure that I was in a position to win. So, came into this 35 points down. I knew that if I was gonna win the championship, I had to put on probably the best drive I've ever had. So made sure to get some practice in, and luckily I was able to stick it on pole in the beginning, and then I was able to hold out through the race. With that incident, if that does result in a penalty, definitely will appeal it. I've watched it back on my own, and I don't think I'm entirely at fault for it, but obviously we'll see how it goes, and regardless, I'm proud of my drive tonight.
Yeah, I've done quick calculations. If it's a 5-second penalty, you're fine, but if it's like a 10-second penalty, I think you lose out on the championship. So we'll have to see where it goes. Obviously, unfortunately, we have to leave it to the stewards, but either way, an amazing race today. Sig, do you have any final questions for him?
No, outside of the usual, do you have anybody that you wanna shout out?
Let me see. Well, my parents might be on the stream, so shouting them out. Thanks for watching, and then shout out to my teammate Brad Garman as well. He wasn't able to make it out tonight, but he's been doing phenomenal all season. He was the one holding us in for the team championship. He wasn't able to make it out tonight, but overall, great season.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen your family in the chat this week, but I know that in a couple previous weeks, and then especially last season, they were showing out hard. So I hope that they're as excited as you are about this finish.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes. I think we will go ahead and send you back down to your race review to finish it out. But again, amazing job, and we will, well, this is the last race of the season, but hopefully you will be seen in a race booth again at some point for an interview.
Yes.
I hope so. You know, wait until the last race of the season to make it back up here, but next season you'll definitely see me here a lot more often.
Right.
All right.
I will go ahead and send you back down then. Have a good night.
Thank you as well.
All right, that was Josh Parker, our provisional silver champ. So now we're gonna interview the team champions. I will drag up Heisner. I think you will drag up Kopal.
Yep.
All right, perfect.
I'll drag him up now.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Yaroslav and Mike, welcome to the booth. So congratulations, you are our overall team championship winners.
Yes.
And
no provisional tag behind this one either. It isn't like the silver or gold championship. We know with 100% certainty that you two are the team champs.
Yeah.
With complete domination.
Yeah, we did pretty well. Unfortunately, my two last races sucked monkey balls.
It's like things reversed. Mike was having and I was having good luck.
Yeah, we got. I shouldn't have moved inside on turn 2, and that's partially my fault. That whole wreck.
Yeah, we replayed that there. That was a really unfortunate results, but you at least got one championship, and depending on penalties, you may have also won the gold championship. We have to leave it to stewards, unfortunately.
Yes.
For the gold championship, but
I think
regardless,
Max goof wasn't egregious unless he has another blue flag incident.
Yeah, he had 2 incidents, one blue flag and one non-blue flag. So if it's just one incident, I think he's okay. But if both of them get penalized, I'm not sure. But regardless of that, go ahead and talk us through how this race went and, in general, how your seasons have gone for both of you.
Well, mine started out great and petered out. Kind of the way it goes. But we kind of, Global was great in the back end. I was terrible.
At least you balanced out.
Yeah, we did.
For me, it was up and down. I got some mess-ups in Bathurst and Coda, but other than that, it was just, I guess, average performance for me. My usual problem is I have a problem with quali for some reason. With quali race, I often get better times during the race than in quali. So I don't know. Maybe I think it's mental.
Maybe you should run more fuel during quali and hope that it works itself out.
Yeah.
Possibly. Maybe I should try that.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, great job and with that Porsche. And I know that today, with how hot the track was, you probably had a lot of issues with tire wear, at least toward the end of the race, probably.
I turned up my TC and moved the brake bias forward as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then, last thing I'll ask before we move on to the final question, Kopal, for the last half of the race, there was Josh Parker was causing like a 10-car train, and there was a whole bunch of chaos in that train. How did you manage to get through that, at least mostly clean?
I'm not sure I remember, to be honest. It's kind of a blur, to be honest. So
we'll just call it luck.
Josh Parker is
the Lexus. Yes.
Finished in front of me?
Yes.
I just remember him having a really tough fight with who was it? With BMW in front of me, and I was watching it like for half the race, and finally he got through. Like the BMW got through, but don't remember the train issue.
All right. Well, Sig, I'll go ahead and let you take care of our last question then.
All right. So for both you, Koval and Mike Heiser, do you have anybody that you want to shout out before we send you back to the race review?
Just my wife for letting me do this.
Fair enough.
I wanna give a shout out to my brother who's racing in D1.
Yeah. All right. So it's a family business then.
Yeah. I know.
All right, well.
Like you.
Yeah, basically.
Guys, hey, thanks for commentating all season, guys. We appreciate it.
Yes, it's been super fun to watch. I think both me and Trey missed one race though, but regardless, yes, super fun to watch every race.
Yeah, I love doing this. Even at events where we like normally might not do commentating, I'll offer myself up because I absolutely love watching racing and getting to talk about it. So thank you guys for putting on an amazing show this whole season.
Thanks a lot.
But we will go ahead and send you back down. But again, this is Mike Heisner and Yaroslav Koval, our overall team championship winners.
Yes, I would send the Heisner down, and you will send Koval down.
All right, works for me. So
yes.
Have a good night, you two.
Have a good night. Yes, so those are our two drivers, and now finally, for the final interview, we have provisional champion, as everything is.
Yes. So I'll do quick calculations again if he only has like one incident while you pull him up.
Yes. All right, Mac, welcome to the booth. Potentially D4 champ, just like George Parker is potentially the silver champ. So yeah, just walk us through your race.
Before the race, I was, and Trey can confirm this, I messaged it to him before the race. I was like, with where I'm at, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pit within like the first 5 minutes of the race and just try to hold on because I don't want to get stuck behind everyone, you know? Because like going into this race with the qualifying ban, I was, you know, it's a challenge. It's so, and with the championship on the line, knowing I have to finish ahead of Heisner, it was nerve-wracking heading into this, and I'd kind of accepted that I wasn't going to win the championship, that it wasn't possible, that the chances of it happening were too little. And then we get into the race, and the race starts, and we get through Sector 1, and I'm looking at where I'm at, and then I was live streaming on Twitch, and and my friends who were in the chat were mentioning Heisner got caught up in that lap 1 turn 2 incident. And I'm just like, holy shit. Excuse my French there, but this is possible. Suddenly it's possible. And immediately my strategy changed. I was 15th after lap 1. Immediately my strategy changed. It was no longer about pitting early and trying to do what trying to just last, because I didn't have to pit early anymore. I was there. And then from that point through, I spent a while stuck behind Garcia, Emil Garcia, I believe that was, and eventually pit early to get around them, which actually worked out really well. I wound up getting undercut on a number of people and ending up in the top 10. At which point, if Heisner wasn't able to get further up, which I later found out that he had a ton of damage from that incident, which is super unfortunate. I hate that my chance for winning the championship came from him getting in an incident. But like, it's how racing goes. I feel bad, so bad for him if this is how he loses the championship. But towards the end of the race, I made that stupid move. I don't know if you saw it on.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh my gosh, that was so stupid on my part. I could walk through what happened there. Long story short, I couldn't see my braking point. I should have backed out. I did not back out. Missed the braking point that I could not see, and as a result, I murdered 2 people. And I feel I've already apologized to them. They're being good sports about it, which is great. But it was such a stupid move, and if I lose the championship off of that, it's gonna be super, super unfortunate. But at the same time, you know, what's unfortunate for me is fortunate for Heisner. He got unlucky. You know, I messed up, right? He got unlucky, is from what I know. So like, you know, if that's how it goes, that's how it goes. Heisner deserves this championship just as much as I do. We both put in great seasons. Whichever way it goes, it's a deserving person in my opinion. And so whatever happens in the steward's booth is what happens. But I will say that I did do the math, and with a 10-second penalty on me, which is what I expect I'll get, might be more or less, I think I'm 11th, which with my fastest lap point would just get me the championship by 1 point.
Ooh.
All right.
But
there you go.
there was another incident earlier with
with the blue flag.
So I don't think I was at fault there, but we'll see. And also, like, I killed 2 people, so it's possible I get a 20-second penalty, which would be, you know, obviously at that point it's just over. But, you know, there's all sorts of ifs and buts here where it's like, it could be me, it could be Heisner. It's a coin flip.
Yeah.
It's a coin flip.
Yeah. But either way, you've had an amazing run through this season. You got the... you were fighting at the front of just about every single race, regardless of who you were fighting against. Like for like the first 2 races, you were fighting against people who eventually got bumped up to D3 and D2.
Yeah.
And then you were still fighting for those wins all the way through until the last 3 races of the season, where it all went to crap.
There was some chaos.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so amazing job there. Sig, is there any questions that you have for Mac?
No.
All right.
You think I explained things pretty well, but yeah.
Yes.
I want to give a shout out here. I want to give a shout out to Mike Eisner, because I genuinely think that there's not very many people I would have preferred to be in a title fight with, because and also he's just a really good sport battles all the time. I mean, we're messaging in between races, you know, wishing each other good luck, talking about how their races went, and like what we have to do. You know, he's a really chill guy, and being in this fight with him has pushed me to be a much better driver than I think I ever was, and you know, that's great, and I hope I've pushed him the same way. I kind of expect I have. But yeah, absolutely. I really want to give a shout out to him for doing that. And then I also want to give another shout out real quick to my parents, who had their anniversary earlier this week. Or no, last week. And then they had my mom's birthday earlier this week. I mixed the 2 dates up because they're in the same, like less than a week apart.
Alright, so I think that covers the last question that you were going to ask Sig then.
Yep.
Do you have any other questions for him?
No.
Alright, so Mac, I will ask the last question since I have a little more info. I know that you had been talking about taking next season off. Does finishing P1 versus P2 in the championship change that plan at all, or is it just more of a you don't have time?
It's not really a I don't have time thing. I won't get into it. It's more just wanting to try to focus on different areas of sim racing. But I don't think where I finish will have a massive impact on that. At the end of the day, I think that where I decide to finish, or like where I finish and whether or not I decide to continue next season, the more I've thought about it, the more I'm thinking, yeah, I think I will, because I love this community, I love SRA. So I don't think I'll be taking the season off. I think that I'll keep pushing.
You heard it here first. He will come back and fight for some kind of championship. Although I think it'll be in D3 next season, not D4.
Yep.
Yeah, so amazing race, Mac. an amazing season, great recovery drive, and I would send you back down to your race review, but it looks like it's done. So
yes.
I'll just let you.
Unfortunately, you all pulled me out in the middle of reviewing one of the incident with the blue flag that I had earlier in the race. So I'll never get the conclusion on that. I'm gonna be left unsatisfied.
So you could just ping I think Sean Paul is your guy. So yeah, you can just ping him and he'll let you know. But yeah, other than that, great race, great season, and have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, thanks. You guys too. Thank you so much for doing the commentary.
Thank you for putting on a show. So that was Mac Morgan, our provisional gold winner. We can't give him a interview because he doesn't show up. Unfortunately, he goes straight to bed. But I want to give a shout out to Cesare Penkovic. If you were to get rid of, if you were to include every single race this season and do away with drop races, he would have won this championship by 24 points. And obviously the server incidents last week were completely out of his control.
Yes.
And really shook up how this all looked in terms of the championship layout. But Penkovic was consistent all throughout the season. He maybe started a little bit slow, but he got there in the end, and he was putting massive pressure on Mike Heisner and Mac Morgan when I really don't think they were expecting anyone else to come up behind them. So I know it's unfortunate he finished P3 in the championship with 503 points, but honestly, amazing job by him. So I want to sing his praises while we can.
Yes, it was a great season from him. Great drives. He was always there, and probably the most consistent out of the top three in terms of not getting incidents and stuff, which is always a very good thing.
Yeah. So that is, I think, our race season over though. So thank you for joining us all this season. If you would like to join us next season for season 17, which I think will happen, please go ahead and follow the link. I believe it's in the description to the SRA website, simracingalliance.com, and it will take you to a website where you can fill out registration and you can join us for next season. It's a lot of fun, as you've seen from these servers and what we've been watching here tonight and throughout the whole season, and it's a lot better than your open lobby racing by a long shot. So if you're looking for somewhere you want to race, feel free to join us. We always will take in new people, whether you've raced for 10 years or 10 minutes.
Yes, that is 100% for sure. But yeah, it's been a really good season for D4. Very great to commentate. If me and Trey end up back in the D4 booth, we'll be happy to have you guys again for this championship. That depends, obviously, on what divisions we get placed in. If we get placed in Division 2 or 4, funnily enough, we cannot commentate Division 4 next season.
If we go to Division 4, there's massive issues that are happening with us.
Yeah, but then again, I am thinking of going in a slower car because I don't think I'll be able to match Mustang pace through off-season, but we'll see. I don't think that's enough to warrant the motion, though.
Yeah, we'll see, but yeah. Anyway, it's been a great season and a great night. Sig, thank you for hosting this and joining me in the booth, but I will leave it there. So I hope you all have a good night, and we will see you here in a short month or two.
Yes. Enjoy the off season, and we will be back soon at the start of the year, sometime in January or early February. We don't know, but somewhere there. All right. So yeah. Soon TM. Yes. So yeah. Hope you guys have a great night, and we hope to see you guys here again next season.